Every day you're in a constant battle. And the battle is not who you think it's with. The battle is with you, yourself. Every day you're fighting yourself to do something. Many people think, oh, the haters, they don't want to see me win. What the hell do the haters have to do with anything? All they're doing is using their words. And their words are becoming like it's just giving you brain fog because you're worried about them. But in actuality, their opinion doesn't mean anything. The real battle is within you. I can guarantee you, if you're struggling to do something and you're talking about this, that, and the fourth, if all those were removed, you know what would be stopping you? Your mind. And it's your conscience telling you, yo, you can't do this. Nah, you're not good enough at that. You're just sitting there idling. And they say, what is it? An idle mind is a devil's playground. If you stop thinking and start doing, things will change for you. I once heard a story from a man. He said he sold insurance, life insurance. And for maybe a year and a half straight, he did not make one sale. But when the year and a half and that one sale did happen, things changed for him. He got confident and he kept going and he kept pushing himself. Does he still sell life insurance? No. But he mastered the art of sales. And from there, he's became a multi-millionaire based off of just trying and not letting his mind or what people say get in the way of what he wanted to do. Now imagine, put yourself out there. You're not making enough money. What can you do? Sell a product, sell a service. You don't know what you're good at. You don't know what you like. What are everyday things that you do that you actually enjoy doing? Are you someone that loves to clean? Start a cleaning business. Are you someone that likes to watch TV? Become a critic or do reviews on shows. Don't let the world tell you what you can and can't do. Anything is possible. If you create a plan for it, it will happen. Let's take sales for instance. You create a book and you say, all right, I created this book, it's gonna be a bestseller. How do you get it to become a bestseller? You gotta let people know about it. People don't know who you are, so let people know about you. Let them know that you are an author. Provide them value. Give them value about your book if it's that type of like book that helps people out. Or if it's a book, a storybook, give people teasers on the story. Reach out to 100 people a day and ask them, hey, would you be interested in this book I have? But before you ask them about your book, learn about them first. People like it when you talk about them or you want to know more about them. It's like putting them on a high horse. You got to create a community. Choose a platform that you want to create this community on and just build with these people. There's a saying called, or not saying, but I heard it somewhere called 1,000 strong. You only need 1,000 loyal customers to have a successful business. Could you imagine having 1,000 people, whenever you drop a book, they buy from you? Or if you had a community membership site and they paid monthly for that and you had 1,000 people, I'm pretty sure your life would be great. You also need to set some benchmarks. Bestseller, you want to sell 10,000 books. I think it's in a week. How are you going to get to selling 10,000 books in a week? Advertising, reaching out to influencers, hitting up publishing companies, hit up publicists. There's so many different things that you could do to reaching that 10,000. Once you figure out your game plan, work backwards. Work so far back that it's the first step that you need to take. You figured out, all right, this is my blueprint to getting 10,000 sales in the first week of my book. The first step is actually coming up with what it is that you're gonna write in this book. That's gonna be your first step. Once you figure that out, you start jotting down ideas, brainstorming. Say, this is what I like, this is what I don't like. Come back to it, tweak it a bit. Give yourself timelines, deadlines, milestones. When you start having these things set up, there's going to be days where you're just overthinking. You're just going to continue to write and do the most. The way you stop that is giving yourself a deadline. By this date, this should be done. Or by this date, I cannot write anymore for this chapter. Once you have all that stuff in place, get an editor. Let the editor polish it up, make it look pretty. Find a graphic designer for your cover. Create a website or a landing page, or upload it to Amazon. Get some ad dollars ready. Reach out to influencers. Let the people in your community, your circle know. Your immediate family, let them all know. It has to be a big event so that everybody knows about this. Because if you're trying to hit $10,000, closed mouths don't get fed. Your store is only open if your mouth is open. You got to do what you got to do in order to make these things possible. And when you find something that's working, don't stop. Keep going. It's like put gasoline on the fire and let it burn. Let it burn big and fast. You wouldn't be able, you couldn't, or I don't even know what I'm trying to say. Oh wow. This is a common mistake that I have made, where something is working successfully and then I stop. And then I go into something else. I hit the jackpot. And I'm nowhere even close to hitting the jackpot. When something works, you don't stop, you keep going. For example, if a basketball player is good at shooting from the free throw line, why would he stop practicing that? If you're an 80% free throw shooter, you have 20% more to go to becoming 100%. Now you may not hit 100%, but if you keep practicing, you can probably hit 90, 95%, become a 95% free throw shooter. Free throw shooter. I don't know why it came out like that. But you gotta keep going. You can't stop. Because the moment you stop, you start to decline. And I've heard that several times from people. Where one guy, he said his friend started a business. He went hard. He made some money. And then he eased off the gas. And he's like, why'd you do that for? He's like, oh, enough money, blah, blah, blah. But then he ran out of money. And then he needed money again. So he had to go back and do the thing that he did to make the money. His friend's like, why not just keep going and just really putting the gas on it? And the man's like, you're right. And then when he did, the amount of money he was making was like ridiculous that he didn't need to do that ever. He didn't have to go back and start again to make that money, because he created a system where if you find the winning formula, you keep going, you don't stop. You guys, if there's something that's working for you, don't stop, just keep going. Another story. This lady, she used to make these really weird ads on Facebook. One day, one of her ads blew up and she got like 3 million views. When she seen that working, she didn't stop, she kept going. She put more ad dollars behind it to where she was able to create a successful business. And you know what's funny? When she mentioned that commercial she did, she said it still runs to this day. And it's been going strong for like 3-4 years. That's the power of when you find something and you just keep putting to it. Like, if that's a money machine right there. Your money machine just keeps pumping out money for you. You don't stop. You keep adding more to it so it can make you more money. So remember, less thinking, more action. The battle you are gonna fight every day is with you. You can win the battle by putting one foot in front of the other. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you found this information valuable. And thank you for tuning into the Learn Podcast. You can watch more episodes up above.